My 34M wife, 32F, is not backing my decision to kick her mother out. My mill came to help us with our new baby. Our baby is 4 months and the mill has been helpful with the baby. I will give her that. My wife works in a job with no maternity leave, so she took that unpaid, and I work as an engineer. We make roughly the same, so having a stay-home parent eliminates half our household income. We want to retire within 10 years, so we really want to prioritize working now, and her mother has come to help us. She's also of a different culture. Her mother is from East Asia. One thing she doesn't really understand about my American culture is pet ownership and seeing pets as a member of the family. We also get a fair amount of unfounded medical advice regarding the baby and things we shouldn't do that are in diametric opposition to what the OB/GYN and the pediatrician said. Most of these I just nod along to avoid conflict, but do what I do anyways. So on to the issue at hand. I have a dog. She's 10 years old and I had her before I even met my wife, met the wife 4 years ago. The dog is as sweet as they come. She's a 50-pound mixed dog I rescued 9 years ago after she just had puppies and been abandoned. She's never hurt anyone, she loves giving kisses, being loved on, never has accidents in the house, and is very obedient. Her only fault is she's 100% a forager who will take advantage of food that's left out. She has been a huge positive on my life and got me through some hard times. I'm once divorced and having my dog kept me out of loneliness and despair, 100%. I used to take my dog on hour-plus long walks daily when I was going through the divorce, and focus on spending time with her to help lift me out of it. I guess the unconditional love and sweetness is just what I needed at the time. My wife wasn't a dog person when we met, but she loves the dog like me now. Hell, she has more pictures of my dog on her phone than I do. The mill has been constantly suggesting we get rid of my 10-year-old dog who's been with me for almost a decade. Through a divorce, all of COVID, breakups, injuries, sickness, etc. I of course have shown medically founded research papers that dogs are good for kids, especially towards building their immunity and avoiding allergies later in life, and how having a pet to care for is good for a kid. I'd even argue that losing a pet is a huge badge of growth for a kid as it shows them that we can lose things we care about, and how to cope with it. So that's been a point of contention for both my wife and I versus her mother. The other day I heard my dog yelp from my office, Mill yelling. I went downstairs to check and the Mill said that she accidentally stepped on her tail. The yelping was not a quick one, it was repeated. So I went upstairs and checked my Ring camera. I have 2 very obvious cameras in the living room. They're not hidden at all. In the video I saw the dog follow my Mill into the kitchen, and bumped into her, which triggered my Mill to turn around and hit my dog several times, very hard, and the dog ran to her crate yelping and was in the back corner of it when I got downstairs. I basically packed her bags, and told her to GTFO. She refused, and my wife is in agreement that what she did is not acceptable at all but is so emotionally concerned about her relationship with her mother that she's stopping me from kicking her out and insisting we still let this woman watch our child daily. I've explained that her mother committed a literal felony on camera, and that asking her to leave is a very generous offer as I could just as easily hand over the video to some authority. I don't want my kid witnessing animal abuse, or it being normalized. Not to mention this dog is very important to me and a member of my family whom I love. Is there any healthy universe where we can all win here? Is there any way to deal with someone like my Mill in this situation that is appropriate that isn't kicking her out? I can't get over what I saw on my Ring camera and I saved the video even. Wife, your mother can move out, or the dog, baby, and I can while I report your mother for animal abuse. The baby will not stay in the house with someone who beats a dog. I will not stay in a home where I am a lower priority than a guest. Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with your wife? Report the Mill. Your dog is living with the person who beat her. She deserves better. This is the hill to die on, protect your dog. Time to put your foot down, dude. Get her out of there. I love my dogs more than I like most people. No way would I tolerate that bullshit. Further, she lied to you about it. She's not trustworthy. I'm not sure what you could do legally to have her removed, but you can be an absolute pain in the ass to her and your wife until they take the hint. Yes, this is animal abuse, but my larger concern is that this is a demonstration of poor impulse control when she's frustrated. If her views on corporal punishment differ from yours, guess what's going to happen when little Johnny acts out one day and it frustrates her? You are absolutely doing the right thing. Your wife needs to be on your side. She will do it again. Honestly, if I saw someone abusing my dog, they would not be anywhere near my kids. Family or not. I would honestly tell your wife that her mom can be removed from your home by the two of you and never allowed back, or you will let authorities remove her by reporting her for animal cruelty. Period. OMG, I'm so happy to read that there are people like you. Almost made me cry. This is such a wholesome reaction from you. You're doing the right thing. Although you'll need a plan if she leaves. Who's gonna help with the baby? My ex, F22, wanted me, M24, to try the relationship again. With a twist. Long story long, my ex-fiancée left me 3 months ago. She left me for another man who she felt she had much more in common with. They've been not officially together more or less since she left me, and she had told me that they had also been sleeping together and he'd been staying over, they've been going on days out and weekend trips away, etc. Seemed like they were doing all right and she was happy with him, to be honest. The other day she's been making it out like she regretted leaving me and was hinting that she regretted going off with him too, and suggested she wished we just went on a break instead of me just getting flat out dumped. She wanted to talk to me yesterday, so I said okay. She called and basically she told me that she called it off with this guy and that she wanted us to start dating again and making sure we get to spend proper time together every so often, which was a problem before as she never seemed to want to spend any proper time with me around having our kids to look after, etc. There was always something else she wanted to do other than spend time with me because it means losing out on time with the children, she used to say to me. So I just had to deal with having our relationship neglected for over 5 years or so and feel like the we part never really mattered. So that was good, that she wanted to get us spending time together. However, she then said that she still wanted to be friends with this guy that she had been fucking, going out with, sharing the same bed, our old bed, and continue having a friendship with him even though he's the one that still would want to be with her. I said hell fucking no basically. I said I won't stop you from being friends with him, but I will not be there with you in that situation. I told her that she's putting someone else in front of me yet again and picking them over me, as she more or less said that because he hadn't done anything wrong, that she felt obligated to be friends with him while still mending the past relationship we had. I told her to put the shoe on the other foot and pretend that it was me asking her to deal with that. I said I know full well you would be extremely unhappy with me asking you to let me continue friendship with a girl that I had relations with in that sense, but she made it seem like she would have been okay with it, which, let's be real, she most definitely wouldn't have. So because I said I wouldn't be happy with him still being around and having you both meeting up even as friends, while he is a factor as to why she left me in the first place to try it with him, she more or less said that was that, and then that's where the repair attempt was left. I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong for acting the way I did. I find it extremely disrespectful she expected me to be okay with her still having him around after having gallivanted with him for the last 3 months after she left me. I more or less told her if he's around then I won't be putting myself in that situation due to the toxicity it would bring our relationship being built back up. In my opinion, it's just wrong to ask someone to be okay with that. It makes it worse how she put her friendship with him first, yet again showing me that I'm not a priority to her, and essentially said if I'm not okay with that then that's the end of that. Should I have been more understanding? Was I right to react the way I did? I have no idea why you would even want to try again with her. She does not sound as a good partner for at all. Cut content and meet a girl that loves you. She's for the streets. Work on a co-parent situation since you have kids, but don't get involved with her again. Ha ha ha. Look, basically what she was trying to tell you in a politician-style speak is that she wants to be with you, but she also wants to keep fucking the other dude. Move on honestly. I think she was the insensitive one. You proposed to a 21-22-year-old? That's dumb. She's going to keep seeing him. She wants the best of both worlds. You, to provide a home and financial support, and him, for sex and fun. Her attempt to monkey branch didn't work out. Now she wants you to be the backup guy until she finds someone else. Have you DNA tested your kids and been checked for STDs? Do it. Why would you want to take back a liar and a cheat? Husband of a year and a half cheated on me and we're getting divorced. My 25F husband, 29 meters, and I started dating in 2016. We had an instant connection and things went fairly smoothly over the years. We had the occasional fight, but nothing major. We got engaged in 2018 and got married in 2019. When the pandemic hit in 2020, we enjoyed all of our newfound time together. Things seemed better than ever and I thought we were both very happy. At the beginning of 2021 I could feel there was some distance between us. He's in college and works full-time, so I just thought it was exhaustion. Fast forward a few months, the distance becomes more prevalent, but we never discussed it as I didn't want to add to his stress. In May, I found out he had been texting and calling a coworker very frequently, and it led to them kissing. The first kiss was after work on a Saturday. The following Wednesday, they met up to have coffee and they went back to her apartment and made out. They took pictures together in bed, both shirtless, but he swears they didn't have sex. After I found out, he swore to me it would never happen again and asked for forgiveness. I, stupidly, agreed, and we tried to begin the process of moving forward. We went to counseling, which helped for short periods of time. After our counseling sessions, everything would seem like it was moving in the right direction, but after a few days we would fight. The fights were almost always about him contacting this girl. He would still occasionally call or text her. When I asked why, he told me, "I just wanted to reiterate how wrong it was and that it will never happen again." About a month ago, she moved to the other side of the country and I thought we were in the clear. I felt better than I had in a long time and I thought we had gotten through the worst of it. I could feel something was off, but he had just started a new job and started a new semester of school, so I didn't push it too much. This brings us up to last week when another fight was triggered by him sending her selfies to his work email. This was the straw that broke the camel's back. He turned the whole situation around on me and he grew very angry and defensive. He told me he has strong feelings for this girl and he wants to move forward with her. I packed a couple things and went to my parents' house. The following day, I packed the rest of my stuff and completely moved out of the house. Since then, he and I have had a few conversations in which he admitted to me they had told each other they love each other before he told me he wanted to split up with me. Additionally, he is going to visit her in a couple days. I'm pretty torn up. I don't understand how love can develop so quickly and how he can just push his wife aside. We're still basically newlyweds and I just don't understand. When will I stop feeling like I'm going to fall apart when someone asks if I'm okay? Could this just be limerence? Any advice is appreciated. Too long did not read. My husband cheated with a coworker. He told me it was done, but he's decided to be with her. He's a coward, you are not. Sorry, but you're better off. Oh, don't worry, once he is gone, he will see the grass ain't that green on the other side. Also, if the other woman has any sense, why would she get with a cheater? 'Cause once a cheater, always a cheater. Trust it's gonna be always lurking in the back of her mind. Best revenge ever, live your best life. Heart. Get the divorce going. Make sure he does not screw you over financially so you can get it over and done with more quickly, then move on and don't look back. You deserve more, he deserves what's probably coming to him. Good luck. Glad you're getting divorced from this loser. He clearly has no concern for the deception and the way he's been acting, as if this whole thing is your fault and he's someone allowed to be angry for being continually cheating on you in spite of all that's gone before. He's a walking red flag and I hope you find yourself in a better place once it's all over. Get the divorce, take your fair share and never look back. Eventually the thrill of being with his as fuck will wear off and he will miss you. Don't give him the time of day when that happens. Good lawyer, focus on money, be happy it happened quickly. And you didn't lose more time. He has been dishonest for a while, hedging his bets. Sounds like her moving was her gambit and it worked. Started dating in 2016. We had an instant connection. And now he has an instant connection with her. Nothing you did to cause this op. It's him and his weakness, failure as a husband to be true to you. Seems like he's very changeable. When things are good, they're great. When things are bad, your relationship is awful, and has always been bad. Pretty sure the latter is the narrative he's telling himself, his mistress, and his loved ones, if he's disclosed anything to them yet. Throw the whole man away. He's not worthy of you. Look into surviving infidelity for more support. Relationships born out of an affair have an abysmal chance of surviving. Mostly due to not being built on a healthy foundation and lacking ability to trust, since they both know what they are capable of doing to each other. Nonetheless, you need to put this period of your life in the past and address the deep emotional damage he caused. Continue gray rocking and focus on full separation so you can begin to heal and seek out happier relationships. Update. I've had it with my sister and I don't want to talk to her ever again. Original post. So a couple weeks ago we had a long talk with my sister about her and her BF. She agreed that they'd stop sneaking and that they'll work on building our trust back. Well, the other night before bed I locked our side doors as well as the outside gate that leads to those side doors. This was Friday night. Saturday morning at about 8 a.m. I check and all those doors are unlocked. My brother and cousin were awake but I doubt they'd been out there, so I asked. My baby brother then says that shitty boyfriend was here earlier. That kid never lies, and honestly I'd believe him before I believe my sister. So I asked her if she knew why the doors were open and she got really defensive about it. I didn't pressure her any further. Well, this morning I was supposed to go in for work but had an appointment, so I took the day off. Forgot to turn off my alarm though, so I woke up at 4 a.m. At 4:08 a.m. I hear a door close. I look out my window and see the piece of shit crossing our front yard. I got dressed quickly, but by the time I got out there he was gone. I'm just so mad at my sister that she keeps lying to us. Manipulating my mom to be on her side, and my dad is tired of it too because he doesn't like seeing my mom stressed out. I'm tired too. I'd like to kick her out since she doesn't even pay bills, whereas I pay for part of the house, but at this point I might even look into moving out myself. I've decided to cut her out of my life. It'll be difficult since we live in the same house, but I'm just going to pretend she isn't there anymore. Not healthy, I know, but I'm just done with her shit. Edit. This just happened like 20 minutes ago, but my sister came home crying and he was following her. I stepped outside and asked him what was going on. He was mad that she spilled a drink inside his car after he told her that he cheated on her with 2 girls. I told him to fuck off and he left. I've had a talk to my sister and apologized for how I've acted towards her. I'm even more pissed at this asshole. I'd talk to your parents together and tell them that you do not feel comfortable with your sister sneaking this guy in and lying to everyone about it, so you will be making plans to move out since apparently no one is willing to do anything to make it stop. That you can't control what they allow in their own house, but you can and will remove yourself from the situation. At that point they will either recognize they're about to lose a financially contributing member of the household because of a deadbeat and make changes to stop the situation, or you leave. Your parents should have set firm boundaries with your sister to begin with. You, on the other hand, should let your parents handle your sister. Talk to your parents. But if they cannot control your sister, save yourself the trouble and move out yourself. If it isn't your house, then it's not your choice about what is allowed. You should just move out. Just admit you like the drama already. None of this really matters, and as you're not interested in taking advice, it's also the wrong sub. Maybe could post an IATA. Maybe give her safe space to run from this shit relationship. Based on your previous post, it sounds like your sister is in an abusive relationship and needs your help. He's probably the one disregarding y'all's rules for him not coming over, not her. You should talk to your sister about why her relationship is abusive and toxic and be there to support her when she is ready to end it, as I'm sure it won't be easy. I'd call the police on him. Whether to scare him or going all the way to press charges for trespassing. They need to learn that their foolery is not going unnoticed. Makes me think of A Bronx Tale. Catch him sneaking in, then lock the door. Now yous can't leave. It works well when there's several guys hiding with baseball bats though. This is really violating. I feel like you need your parents to get police involved so you could get him arrested for being there against an order or protection or trespass or something like that.